welcome back to another movie review. So I just went and saw the Barbie movie because of course I did. I went and saw it with my sister who, this was like her fifth time watching it. She went like premiere night, which I had the option to, but I'm cheap so I wanted to do it on the half price day, so I waited till Tuesday. But anyway, so, but she's gone like 5 times and she has had like a different Barbie costume for every single showing. Yeah, she's like into it. She's like, this is my new favorite movie, which I totally knew it would be, like, before this ever came out. Like, last year for Halloween, she did, like, the cowgirl Barbie costume of Margot Robbie's from the movie, because she wanted to do it before everyone does it this year, so she did it last year, so I did it first, so. And yes, she did wear that outfit to one of the showings, so, just saying, but, you know, it helps when you look like a real-life Barbie, just throw that out there for those of you who don't know what my sister looks like. She does look like an actual Barbie, and it's not fair, but anyway. So, you know, there's that. But anywho, so I went, and of course, decked out in pink, and this was so crazy to me that our little dinky local theater, it's like one of those one-screen theaters, like just single screen, that's it, what we're showing is what we're showing, and that's it. Like, maybe we have like 2 showings a day if it's like a really popular movie like this one, but that's it. So, she's like, I've never seen it sell out for anything before. It'll totally be fine. And we parked like around the corner and walking up and like, even just like trying to get up to the line. Like people were like running in front of us to like get in line first. And thank God we like hustled when we did, because by the time we got our tickets, there apparently were only 17 seats left. And by the time we got our popcorn, it was down to 5. That place sold out. They had to turn people away. Never seen that happen before here. But anyway, so I've never seen so many people decked out in pink in my whole life all in one place, and it made me so happy to see it. Like, oh my god, I loved it. They even like tinted all the lights pink in the theater just for this, which was another nice touch. Just saying, freaking love it. But anyway, yeah, so actual movie. Fair warning, there will be spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch this. Let's wait for the phone to stop ringing first. Okay, sorry about that. So anyway, it starts off showing like this very primitive opening scene of like these little girls playing with baby dolls that's supposed to be like all old-timey and everything, and how all throughout history the only dolls that girls had were baby dolls, until Barbie came along and showed them that they could be things other than just mothers. And like out walks this monolithic, like huge, ginormous, like the original first Barbie, and they're all just like, looking up at her, and suddenly they're smashing the baby dolls because screw that, we want Barbie. And I mean, yeah, it's a bit more metaphorical than literal, but it was still hilarious to see. And then it throws us into Barbie Land, and it explains that there's a difference between Barbie Land and the real world, and how the Barbies are all convinced that they made things so much better for the real world just by existing, and, you know, just made feminism happen. But like, come on, it's a Greta Gerwig movie. Is anyone surprised? No, come on. But like, anyway, yeah, so honestly, all of the sets in this are just so perfect. Spot on. If you're a guy watching this, like, probably a lot will go over your head, but for anyone who grew up playing with Barbies, and I'm not saying just girls, because I know there's plenty of guys who played with Barbies too, like, no judgment here, but just saying, if you grew up with Barbies, you'll appreciate this, and all of the references throughout it, like, not just of, like, current Barbies, but, like, old school Barbies too, even, like, discontinued Barbies, like, they all get name-dropped in here. It's fantastic. I love it. There's so many references, there's so many things, like, in the dream houses, where I'm like, I had that, and I had that doll, and I had that accessory, and I was just like, oh my god, and I'm sure I am not the only one who had that moment, and that is exactly why they did it, because it is appealing to your nostalgia. So, there's all that, and they're showing how perfect life is every day for Barbie. Although, Ken only has a good day if Barbie looks at him. Because it's all about girls' world in Barbie Land. Guys are basically shit. And even with Ryan Gosling being super obnoxious in this, it couldn't even make me mad at him. I'm coming to the conclusion of, I like him a lot more than I thought I did. And I think I have for a long time, like ever since La La Land, and I've been in denial about it, but this one kind of clinched it of, shit, I actually do, like, really like him. So anyway, but yeah, so pretty much the Kens are just, like, a lower class citizen just for virtue of being male. And that's not to say that every Barbie is treated equal. No, no, because I mean, there is weird Barbie who is played with too hard and, like, has her hair cut and has scribbles on her face and is in a permanent splits because, again, if you grew up playing with Barbies, you know damn well we all had at least one weird Barbie, alright? Like, we all did. We all did. Like, at least. Probably more than one, but, like, at least one. So, it's a nice touch. I liked Weird Barbie, like, deadass. That was probably one of my favorite things in it, because it just was like, that is so realistic, and I appreciate that they went there. But they included Alan. Just a single Alan. All the other males, they're all Kens. But there's one Alan. And they all kind of treat him like a second-class citizen, even to the Kens, for not being a Ken. And I'm like, ooh, subtle shade, because early on in it, like, no one wants to talk to Midge because she's the weird pregnant doll. And it's too weird. Yeah, she's just kind of there, and I'm like, hey, I liked the pregnant Midge doll, personally. But it makes sense that they would outcast Alan because Alan is Midge's boyfriend, so, okay, so just, you know, subtle shade towards motherhood in general. This is one of the things where I went in knowing that this is going to be a feminist movie, and because of that, I was just like, I don't know how much I'm gonna like this, because I'm not. Like, just, we all know I'm pretty damn conservative, anti-SJW, anti-feminist, but anyway, so, like, I was just like, I don't know how I feel about that, but, yeah, there's definitely some weird messaging throughout, but at the same time, I respect it for what it is, and I'm not that surprised by it. But the way they went about it, okay, hearing about it on paper versus actually seeing it are two different things. Just hearing about it, I was like, oh god, I'm gonna hate this. But actually seeing it, I'm like, okay, you know what, actually the way they did it, I respect it and I still like it, so... It is what it is. It is what it is, alright? But yeah, they do treat the men like crap in this, like, just straight up, so... You'll notice most of the negative reviews are from angry dudes who went to watch it. And there's, like, a meme online right now of taking, like, angry one-star reviews from Letterboxd and putting it on, like, the Barbie poster in the Barbie font and making it look like it's the tagline. Yeah, that's kind of a thing that people are doing right now, so... There's that. But, yeah, all's fine and dandy until suddenly Barbie in the middle of, like, a midnight dance party is just like, do you ever think about dying? And everything just, like, comes to, like, a screeching halt, and everyone's looking at her like, what the hell was that? And she's like, dying to dance? And, like, everything goes back to normal, but, like, she clearly looks very troubled by it. What the hell was that? What made me say that? Oh my god. And, like, the next mornings when things start going awry, like, she's suddenly not, like, perfectly, like, up and chipper first thing waking up, and is kind of stumbling around, and just like, oh my god, I have cellulite now, what is going on? I have flat feet! I can't have flat feet, I'm a Barbie, I'm stereotypical Barbie, I can't have flat feet. We've all seen the trailer, that's not even a spoiler, because the trailer spelled that one out, but anyway. So she has to go to Weird Barbie and ask, what is going on? How do I fix this? And apparently, she has had some kind of tear in, like, the land between Barbie Land and the real world, and you have to, like, go find the girl who played with you and figure out what's going on to figure out what is happening here. And, like, that is the only way to fix it. So you have to go to the real world. So she does, in her cute little Corvette. I may have already ordered the Corvette. But anyway, in the doll. But anyway, Ken sneaks along with her because he's, like, so jealous of anyone else getting her attention even that, like, he figures, oh, this will be a way to get one-on-one time with Barbie if I just, like, sneak and go along with her. Yeah, it's totally, like, stalker vibes. Like, they make Ken really uncomfy in this. Just throwing it out there. But anyway, they go to the real world, and she finds out that, oh, the Barbies didn't fix everything. If anything, maybe they've possibly contributed to things becoming worse, and actually people hate her, and, oh boy, what is going on here? Meanwhile, Ken finds out real world, yeah, it's a men's world. People put men on a pedestal and, like, shit on women. It's basically the inverse of Barbie Land, because here, the men are on top, and he's like, I matter here. I'm important here. They have horses. They're men extenders. It's the patriarchy. I need to bring the patriarchy back to Barbie land, but he thinks the patriarchy is horses. Yeah, I know. I was just like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Okay, I mean, it's funny, but it's just like, okay. But suddenly there's just random horse crap, like, everywhere in Barbie land when he takes it over. Turns all the Barbie dream houses into his Mojo Dojo Casa houses. Maybe my favorite meme from this movie. I may have already, like, ordered a sticker of the Mojo Dojo Casa house for my laptop, but anyway. So, yeah, he tries to, like, turn Barbie Land into Kendom, and it's, like, a whole uncomfy thing. Meanwhile, at the same time this is going on, like, the head of Mattel has realized, oh, there's a Barbie and Ken on the loose, and we can't have the optics of that. I mean, remember what happened with Skipper in Florida? Like, we cannot have a repeat of that. Like, what would even happen? Like, yeah, we can't have that. We need to get Barbie back in a box. So, like, there's a whole subplot of that going on, while at the same time most of the focus is on, like, the Kens taking over Barbie Land to the point where you forget about the Mattel thing until the people from Mattel also show up in Barbie Land. Yeah. But also, in trying to find the girl that played with Barbie, it turns out it was the girl's mother who played with Barbie, who apparently has been, like, having dark thoughts and is, like, channeling it through playing with the dolls, and that is what caused all of this. So she also goes back to Barbie Land with them, along with the daughter. I find that it's almost like the movie got confused of what the hell it wants to be, because it's got so many different things going on at the same time, and it doesn't really lean into much of any of them other than the Kendom one. The other ones are kind of just there, but also, like, we could have done more with this if you just focused on that one, but you didn't, and okay, why are we doing that? I don't... Okay, whatever. But yeah, that is one of my only complaints with it, is that it feels very confused of what kind of a movie it wants to actually be. And, like, it all resolves with, like, the Barbies turning the Kens against each other so they can, like, rewrite their own constitution before the Kens have a chance to vote on it, because they'll be too busy fighting each other. That just seems like straight up teaching little girls to be manipulative to men. Like, I don't know, it's, like I said, there's a lot of weird messaging in this that I don't agree with. I get why they had to do it for the movie, but I don't necessarily agree with the messaging. But, you know, it is what it is, so... Again, I'm not at all surprised that I feel in conflict with it that way, but overall, it's a cute movie, and it's one that, it's totally a feel-good movie. I mean, probably not for a guy watching it, like, honestly, it probably makes them feel like shit, but, like, but anyway, it is a feel-good, cutesy movie for chicks, anyway. So there's that, and there was, like, a nice little nod to the woman who made Barbie in there. And I saw it coming a mile away before they ever said her name. I was just like, oh my god, I know who this is. I would put money on it. I know who this is. And then when they confirmed, I'm like, nailed it. Love that they threw that in there. It was a nice touch. But yeah, by the end of the movie, like, Barbie decides to just become human. Yeah, it's a little strange, but at the same time, I guess makes sense in context of the movie, but having seen how shitty the real world is versus Barbie Land, like, why would you want to become an actual human? Why wouldn't you want everything to just go back to how it was and be perfect and live forever? I don't know, but I don't know, it's cute. I've, like, kind of mulled over in my head, like, what would I rate this, though? Like, I mean, in terms of my enjoyment of it, I would, like, give it a 5, but, like, just in terms of objectivity of what it is for what it is, and thinking about it in repeated viewings, I feel like maybe, like, a 3.5 or a 4-star review, something in there, maybe somewhere in between those two, might depend on the day. I might need to see it again to, like, really decide which side of that line it falls on, but just, like, upon first viewing, I feel like I lean more towards a 4, but, like, imagining rewatching this, I could see it dropping to a 3.5, like... It is what it is, but I mean, I enjoyed it though, like thoroughly. Like I walked out of there with a huge stupid grin on my face. Like it's a fun movie. It is fun, and the soundtrack to it is fun too. I mean, actually, I was surprised that I was able to like recognize the people who were doing the music in it because it's not people I normally listen to. I was just like, one part I was like, "Hey Kim, isn't that Lizzo?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's Lizzo. No one else sounds like Lizzo. Of course it's Lizzo." I'm like, I'm so proud of myself that I was able to tell that. I don't listen to Lizzo. How the hell did I... Okay, whatever, but anyway. Yeah, just in general, they put a lot of hard work into this. They've already confirmed that they want to turn this into like a whole Mattel multiverse after how popular this was, and I'm thinking, oh god, what are you doing? They want to like make an Uno movie and like a Barney movie. They want to make one for, oh, what else was there? Magic 8 Ball. They want to make one for American Girl. I'm like, we already have a series of American Girl movies, but then again, we also had a series of like 42 Barbie movies before this one, so I mean, I guess that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean shit in this timeline, I guess, but they had like a whole bunch of properties that they want to make movies for now in this multiverse. I'm like, oh boy, we flew too close to the sun, didn't we? Okay. Okay, I'm glad that the Barbie one came first at least, so it had the best chance of not sucking, but the rest of these, I'm like, I don't know how you would even turn half of these into movies. Like, what would an Uno movie look like? I don't know. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'd be interested to see if Barbie somehow gets a sequel. I would totally watch it. Absolutely. But yeah, I enjoyed it regardless, but I will absolutely give that caveat that I don't know how many dudes who would enjoy this, unless you're a dude who grew up with Barbie, in which case you'll probably love it. But I did like little Easter eggs to like the discontinued dolls, like the magic earring Ken. I spotted him a mile away before they even name dropped him. I spotted him in the background. I was like, ah, look who they have! They had like the pooping Tanner dog. They had like growing up Skipper, you know, the one that like you twisted the arm and the boobs grow. Yeah, they actually included that in the movie. I'm kind of surprised because that one was like hella controversial. And there was like a few others. So just like, I respect the homework you did here, like, very much so. So, anyway. But yeah, being, like, a lifelong Barbie lover and collector, like, I appreciated this movie a lot more than I thought I would. So, anyways. I guess that's it. So, those are my thoughts. Take them or leave them for what they are. But anyway, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more is all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.